welcome back to Better Than Fiction with Jeanette and Eden. Short month.
Very short month.
Yeah.
I got my stuff done though.
I did too, but now I'm in such a slump. And I think this happened to me last year too, around this time, where I'm just, I want to do anything but read right now. So I'll work through
You need that book. You need that book.
Yeah. So still, I'm working my way through it, but I got what I needed to read done. But that's, slow month for reading for me.
Me, I have been powerhousing through books.
We've had the opposite.
And see, I am exactly the opposite.
Yeah.
I just want to read. In fact, coming to work today was painful, knowing it was a nice day.
Yeah.
I read outside yesterday. The Wacky Wednesday kids made book pillows to go read outside, and I'm fine with going out with one of the pillows and reading outside. It's really nice today. But no, I'm at work instead of reading my books.
Yeah.
Powering through some oddball stuff. I think that helps to get through a slump. Totally different stuff.
Yeah.
Interlibrary loaning stuff, checking out stuff for book club, and just things that some of the book reviewers that I like to listen to were recommending.
Yeah.
And Eden's sometimes able to get them on interlibrary loan.
Yeah.
Some of them are just too odd for here.
Yep.
Too odd that even the universities don't have.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the crux of liking foreign literature.
That's true.
Okay, so let's just see. What'd you read?
I read for my TBR number was a book that I judged purely on the cover. Blue Salt Road by Joanne Harris. It has some beautiful illustrations in it as well. I wanted to grab some to show. It is, because I had known absolutely nothing about this story when I put it on my list. Turns out it is a story about the Silky folk.
Right up your alley
and
then.
that folk tale of the Silky, and it was good. I really enjoyed it. I hadn't read a true folk tale in a while, so that was fun to kind of dip my toe back in there. But the writing style didn't really capture me. It was told in a weird point of view that I couldn't really wrap my head around. So, it was cool. I liked it. Would I recommend it to a lot of people? No, but if you like folktale, just give it a shot. It's interesting.
I think that one came out when the retellings of so many folktales were really a thing that was happening.
Yeah. But just a
cool
book
cover.
by a cover, and turned out the way it did. Then my popular on Book Talk book, I read The Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross. I don't remember which her double letter is. It's a duology. I'm currently trying to get through the second one. I'm really liking it. I really enjoyed it. It ended on a cliffhanger, and I didn't have the second book ready when I ended it, so that was kind of a bummer. But it's a YA about magical typewriters, which is kind of cool. So that was that. And then I read the second book of Emily Wilde's series. This one is called The Map of the Other Lands, and I just wanted to bring them out again because the covers on these are so pretty.
They are very pretty.
I like to share them. So if you like any fantasy, I highly recommend reading this series. It's very cozy and puts you in like a warm blanket as you're reading it. I just enjoy it. I enjoy that world so much. So, I highly recommend reading the Emily Wilde series. They're set for a third book already too. So, yeah.
Hopefully the cover's equally as beautiful.
It has to be. There's a standard now, and even the spines match, which is really nice too. In series,
She's petting the books, by the way.
They're soft.
Yes.
That's really what I read.
Well, let's see. I read for Book Talk, popular on Book Talk. I read The Wishing Game. Greatly disappointed. I'm not quite sure why it was so popular. After I read it, I went out and read more reviews that were not on Book Talk, and there were quite a few others who felt the same way I did.
Sure.
The premise of the story is really good. I mean, the idea of what the story was about, I liked. There were some things that didn't jive with me and just seemed kind of wrong.
Yeah.
In the book with the characters. So, here it is. We have it on our shelf. Yeah, it's there. It's there. That's what I can say. I also read The Cartographers. I don't have it to show you. It is a cool cover too.
It is.
Loved it. I could not put it down. If you like libraries, old maps, a little bit of Indiana Jones kind of in there, that is a book for you.
Cool.
And I just loved it. Read it in 2 days because I could not put it down. We do not have it yet in the library. If anyone is interested, let me know. We'll make sure we get a copy. Because the copy was my copy that I had at home off my TBR shelf or pile at home. And then my daughter snatched it up. So I normally bring those here, but maybe after she gets it read. But it's kind of like Indiana Jones in that it's predictable. So it's a fun read. It's not a ton of surprises, but the writing is fun. It's great. And it just makes you just love maps and libraries because it does take place a lot in the New York Public Library and their old map and archives rooms. And it's just fun. You won't want to miss that.
Yeah.
So, and I don't remember the author on that, but if you're interested, please let us know. The other things I have been reading, I've been going through lots of interesting foreign literature and even poetry, which is usually not my thing. But we're getting ready for book clubs, so that's a little bit of extra reading. And then I picked up some interesting foreign literature that had won some Pulitzers like in the 60s. And it's interesting reading them now and then looking at the reviews from both time periods.
Yeah.
Because I definitely have read it differently than when it was first published. And I also picked up The Prophets, which won the Booker Award, correct? The Prophets. It won one of the big awards. If you start it, get through the first 20 pages because then I couldn't put it down. I don't know whether it was the book or me or whatever. I had a slow go, and I usually really like Irish literature. And once I got there, boom, it went on, and it really looks at a time in Irish history that I didn't know much about. Deals with when England really put in a lot of, called them emergency laws. And so it gives folks a lot of opportunity to do things they shouldn't when there's not a need. It's just that they wanted them under control. So if you're like Irish history, well written, really great, highly recommend it. If any of you saw our post about the Griffith and Sabine books, I did post it online. They are really beautiful. They're as artistic as they are, written very well, about correspondence, potentially between two people. I don't want to go into the story much because it winds and twists and gives you lots of things to think about. But what I do want to share is that the books are touchy-feely books is kind of what I call these, or your interactive books, are not just for children. These, you open up the envelope and pull out the letter. You have postcards that you're looking at, and it just gets you into a book so differently than a regular book with just text. Maybe that will get you out of your slump. Something interesting like that, where you get to move as well as sit and read. Stunning. So we have the first 3, and there are 2 more in my office to be cataloged, and I think we have them, the whole series, because they won't take you very long to read, but they will bend your mind a bit between the art and what the letters are saying.
Neat.
So highly recommend.
Yeah. Cool.
I read a lot of cool stuff. About to share it all.
Well, yeah. All right.
All right, what are we pulling first?
Numbers?
Numbers.
Yeah, numbers is in the mug.
All right, numbers. We are going to read number 12.
Number 12.
I have Whale Fall by Daniel Kraus.
I will be reading Writers and Lovers by Lily King. Yeah. I'm trying to remember this one.
I know mine.
I think I can picture it. But
Mine's sitting over there on the shelf, so I'll be grabbing that.
Yeah.
About a whale and a guy who gets eaten and he survives, I guess. Kind of a
Moby Dick-esque?
I don't know. We'll see. It got a lot of attention, so I'm excited.
Alrighty.
All right, and then our TBR prompt, our book prompt. Get a good one, Eden.
Oh my. Let's see.
All right, what do we got?
Oh, word. Okay. Read a nonfiction book that teaches you something new.
Oh, and I have one I'm going to read.
Oh,
It's one I had Eden grab me off the interlibrary loan shelf. And it is the untold history of the Girly Show. And it talks about the history of striptease. And so I'm pretty excited about it. It really goes back to the 1920s.
Yeah.
And reading through it, it takes it all the way back to the circus women. And
Cool.
so there I am. Yay.
I'm glad you had that readily ready too. I have no idea what I'll read for that. Huh. That's gonna be it.
Well, we know we have a whole bunch of self-help and DIY books that are now in their own sections.
That's true.
Lots of brand new on the
That's
shelf.
true.
You'll find something new.
I will. I wanted to pull from my TBR, but that works too. A new TBR.
If you don't have nonfiction, you might.
Yeah, that's true. I really don't. Hardly ever.
But the problem is when we get new books in, my TBR list just gets longer.
Yeah.
That's where Whale Falls, not an older one. It's one of the new ones that is on my TBR list from about 4 months ago. I think that book came out, or 6 months ago. It's still TBR, just not the old one.
Yeah, it's true.
So, and I don't have a lot of nonfiction on my old TBR. I just don't. It's not something, if I want to read it, I read it then.
Yeah.
Versus putting it out. So there are your challenges. Again,
Yeah.
you're going to read nonfiction, something
new.
Something new that you want to learn.
And then your book number 12.
And then don't forget to keep reading around the world.
Yeah, I did not.
I have 3 sections done, and I have a book for South America. It's a Brazilian book that you had interlibrary loaned for me that I'm excited to read.
Yeah.
I just finished Norway, but I already had something on there, of course, for Europe. But
Yeah. I didn't get there this
don't forget.
Yeah. Well, happy reading.
Enjoy March.
We're doing it.